Hi, this is probably going to be the droopiest video I ever make. I'm 3 weeks and 3 days post sleeve gastrectomy, and around about the same time having heavy bleeding from my period, although my way of thinking is if I've been bleeding for that long it's not actually a period anymore, it's just bleeding to death. My bleeding has slowed down a little bit, but it's really still there. I was in at the Alfred in emergency on Tuesday night. It's Saturday morning now. I went up to my local hospital emergency again last night. I'm having a lot of problems with feeling very weak all the time and shaky, and just getting up and doing the tiniest little thing makes my heart thump. I get palpitations. It's not the palpitations where it's beating, like 120 beats a minute or anything. It only goes up to about 80 or 90, but that's really high for me. And it just feels like my heart's going to actually thump out of my chest. So yeah, last night I was already in bed. It was about midnight, and I could hear all these explosions and shit from outside. And then I had notification come up on my phone because I've got that big emergency app or whatever it is, and it said there was a fire in my street. So I thought, oh well, that's what all the explosions are. So I went down to the bottom of my driveway to see what was going on. Like half of the other neighbours in my street, and there's I didn't go down to where the actual fire was because there was a lot of smoke and embers and stuff, so I'm still not 100% sure what burned. Hopefully not a house, hopefully someone hasn't lost their house or their people. But anyway, so I was walking back up my driveway, and it's a long, just tiny little bit steep driveway. And when I got up to the top, I had this awful pain across the top of both arms. No chest pain, but a lot of pain under my ribs and nausea. And I thought, well, shit, this is how a heart attack can present. So I stopped, and it went away after about 20 or 30 seconds. But I thought, I'm not going to fuck around with this. So my local hospital's only a couple of minutes away. So I went up to the hospital to get checked out. They did more blood tests again. Not dehydrated anymore, but my potassium was low. When I went into the Alfred on Tuesday, I was dehydrated. They gave me magnesium and potassium. My haemoglobin, when I had a blood test, I'm getting so fuzzy now. I think it was about a week ago. My haemoglobin was 12. That's okay. Then in the Alfred on Tuesday, it was 11. That's below normal, but still, it's okay. They checked my haemoglobin last night. It was 10, so it's going down. It's gone down from 12 down to 10 in about a week, maybe less than a week. And my potassium last night was still low, only a little bit low though. So they gave me some oral potassium last night. In the Alfred on Tuesday, they gave me IV magnesium, IV potassium, and 2 bags of IV fluids. Though I didn't get any fluids last night because I wasn't dehydrated. They just gave me the oral potassium. They said they can't give me any treatment because my iron isn't low enough and my hemoglobin still isn't low enough. So, I said to the doctor, well, I'll see you in a week. My hemoglobin will be 8 then. Maybe then you can give me some treatment. I just find it's ridiculous that I have to wait and go through this. And they said my heart's fine. They said it's not a heart attack because it was in both sides and I didn't get the chest pain up high and, all this sort of stuff. And they did an ECG. So, they're telling me it's not my heart. I feel like my iron because my iron is okay. Well, I think my iron's low, but my saturation's okay. But I'm with my hemoglobin dropping and bleeding how I'm bleeding. I think I'm probably just running out of blood, and that's maybe caused a bit of angina or something last night. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, and I do have a lot of anxiety about my heart because I have a very, very strong history of heart disease in my family. My voice has gone weird since last night. It's gone all sort of croaky. So, they did all the tests and basically said, we don't know why this is happening. We can't give you any treatment. Go home, come back if it gets worse. So, I was supposed to see my GP this morning, but I didn't because it was just to get my electrolytes checked again, and I had that done last night. So instead I'll go and see her on Monday, see if my haemoglobin has dropped further. I don't know how people live like this. They, in the hospital said that, they said, you'll be fine, go home. And I'm thinking, well, all these tests you've done have been with me laying here on this gurney, and, of course I'm fine then, I've told you. As long as I'm laying down or sitting, I feel fine. It's when I get up to do simple things that I feel shit. I get shaky, I get weak, I get the pain across the top of my arms. If I really push it, I feel sick. I'm losing my mind with this. Absolutely losing my mind. I don't want to do anything. I'm still in bed, and I think it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. That's ridiculous. I know a lot of people sleep in, particularly on weekends. I'm not one of those people. I would normally have already been up for at least 3 hours, and I'd be showered, and I'd be pottering around cleaning the kitchen and, not fucking laying in bed. And I don't want to get up. Honestly, I don't want to get up because I know when I get up and I go to the toilet, I'm going to be exhausted. Having a shower is going to wipe me out. My hair hasn't been washed in 8 days. Look at it. It's getting to the stage. Look at that shit. It's just going to mat together. And I thought, well, I'll go to the shops and I'll get my hair washed at the hairdressers like I did last week. I went to the shops on Thursday and thought I was going to collapse in Woolies, and I bought about 6 things. This is ridiculous. So, the hospital said last night, you can go home. So I got up and I got dressed, and I had to lean on the bed to, till I felt better again, just getting dressed. And I didn't even have to put pants on. I only took off my top half to get changed. And then, I had to walk out to the car, and, it was about 5:45 in the morning, and I had to pay for my parking, and I'm standing at the parking machine thinking, am I going to actually collapse here? Thank God there's a man out here smoking for a change, because he'll see me collapse and call someone out to get me. And then, coming home, I had to, get out of the car and come in the house, just walk up my 4 or 5 steps, exhausted. And then I came in and, the heater hadn't been on for hours, so it was freezing cold, so I had to make a hot water bottle. Standing at the sink, filling the kettle, exhausting. Pouring the water into my hot water bottle. My arms were hurting. And again, exhausted, just standing at the sink, pouring hot water into a hot water bottle, thinking, this is unbearable. I'm so exhausted, I can't stand this. And then going to bed, so anxious, just waiting to die of a heart attack. So I took Valium, and I shouldn't have to do that. This is not how I should be living. So I don't know what to do. I'm really frustrated. I'm really, honestly, scared. What do I do? Go back to the hospital? Another blood test? Yeah, you're not dehydrated. Here, you have some electrolytes. Yeah, your haemoglobin's going down, but it's not down far enough that we can give you any treatment for it. Just go home and wait until you're so sick you're probably going to pass out walking to the toilet, and your daughter will have to deal with that and call a fucking ambulance. And then I'll probably go to hospital and they'll be like, we don't know why this happened. You'll be fine, go home. Okay, I'll wait till they bring me in a fucking body bag. I'm not a happy girl today. I've had enough. It's not supposed to be like this. And, I think this is partly because of, being sleeved and not being able to get in the nutrients that I need. as it's thinning out, particularly potassium. The doctor said that's most likely my diet, and she said, oh, just have a banana every day. And I said, what's that? I have a quarter of a banana every day. And do I live on bananas now? Is that what I eat? Just like throw protein out the window and concentrate on potassium? I didn't know it was going to be like this, but I think it's mainly being exacerbated by the fucking bleeding. But I'll see. And I can't take medication. The doctor I spoke to last night confirmed that. She said she doesn't want me taking. I can't take hormones because my blood pressure's borderline too high. Certainly can't take Primaloot because I'm going to be trying to get the hysterectomy pushed forward, and can't take the Primaloot for 6 weeks before that, and I'll likely only get 2 weeks notice of having the hysterectomy. And the cyclocapron, I've got to wait another 2.5 weeks before I'm allowed to take that. I'm in a bit of a pickle. That's what I said to the doctor. I said, I'm really sorry for my body. I am in a bit of a pickle. I don't know what to do. So that's my Saturday morning whinge for you. I'm going to sit up. I'm going to, I don't know, see if I can muster some energy to make myself an egg for breakfast and have some electrolytes. I don't know. I'm determined to try to go for a walk later, because while I'm walking, as long as I take it nice and slow, as long as it's just walking on flat ground, I'm okay. I'm not okay afterwards, but I have been assured that my heart is fine. Find out what happens. Because when I did go for a walk at the shops the other day, it was rage shopping, because I had words with my daughter, and which is all sorted out now. But I had words with my daughter, and I did that, like so many mothers do. Oh, fuck you, I'll do it myself. And I took off and I went to the shops. When I came home, I did feel all right. The rest of the day, I felt really good. It's like that little walk. I don't know what it did, but it fixed me a little bit. So I'm going to do that today. Maybe one of my friends might be coming over later. I'm going to see if she wants to go and get a coffee at the beach and go for a little walk. And we'll see what happens with that. And showering is a fucking nightmare. I've got a plastic chair in the shower. I'm sitting in the shower to shower. 3.5 weeks post-op, when, I'm hit. Well, I'm obviously not healed from my surgery yet, but I'm feeling so good on that side of things, sitting in the shower, and then I get out and get dressed as quick as I can, because then I have to go and sit on the edge of my bed, exhausted, so that I can get dressed. I'm not good at this. Really not good at it. Now, I hope in my next video that I'm going to be bright and chirpy and have good news, and that my voice won't sound weird, and that my skin is so dry. All of my skin is dry, and I'm normally really nice and soft and smooth. I can't wait to do a great big exfoliation. Can't do that at the moment because I don't have the energy to. Anyway, I can't stand the sound of my own whinging anymore.